Alright, so yo, welcome back to some Mabinogi. The Dark Winds of Winter, Dark Winter, Evil Winter, it was something like that. Even as his finger carefully brushed the tip of the fluttering thread, it like sparkles and also we're getting back in talking with our mysterious friend Mountain Keeper over here. And glint off the many and various ornaments as the Mountain Keeper dexterously tied each of them, knot by careful knot. The Mountain Keeper finally speaks us though, just now noticing you watching him. It's a mobile. Or will be anyway. It's at that stage where I'm not sure whether I say I'm making it or fixing it. But either way, once I'm done, it'll be a proper mobile. What? What the hell's a mobile? Mobile phone? A mobile what? My fellow Mountain Keepers all know how to make these, and frequently carries them. They serve as a sort of identifying signature, telling who we are and where we're from. They have a few niche magical use too, but nothing that might be employed at present, so I won't be bothered going into that. The Mountain Keeper takes the incomplete mobile and its components in hand and carefully places them back in his bag. I appreciate your patience. I wasn't just puttering around while I put my things away, I was considering what we ought to speak of first. There wasn't much time to mull things over, but enough to decide where to begin. That is, I think proper introduction is finally in order. Your name may be known in every corner of the land, but I'm certainly no one of particular importance. My name is... Bro, how do you pronounce that? Loch-Ness? Loch-Ness? Hey, it kind of reminds me of the Kylek name, right? Kylek? What? Think they're related? I'm called Loch Ness, okay? Loch Ness? I'm sorry, guys. I butcher names. I wish they had like a pronunciation thing. I am a mountain keeper, and my duties include guiding those who are injured or lose their way in the mountain. Due to the nature of my occupation, I seldom come down into lowlands without good cause. Because of that, I'm certain our paths have never crossed, despite the wide circle of friends and acquaintances you surely have. That being the usual way of things, my presence here should speak for itself. There's been some trouble in the mountains, and I'm presently staying in Tier Canal, where I look for someone who might be able to help. I met with several people already, though it's proven difficulty to find someone who possesses all the qualities I consider necessary. Having heard from some of them of the main challenge you overcome, I decided to reach out to you. What qualities? Right, to me, these sort of requirements go without saying, but they've been harder to find than I expect amongst the lowlanders. Mountain trails are rocky and uneven, so I need someone capable of navigating the terrain, well enough to keep pace with me. In addition, they need to be skilled in some art of defense, as there have been dangerous things afoot. Beyond that, this is some way of personal matter as to concern my livelihood, so I was hoping to find someone trustworthy, someone not inclined to gossip. As it turns out, there are fewer people than I expect who possess all these qualities. I continued searching without much luck, but then I happened to meet two children. They told me the story of a hero who started their journey amidst a field, a snowman, and in the moment, I remember the stories I heard about you. I figured that Ursulith, the champions of all those tales, would not only be able to trek through the mountains, but would be someone I could trust. Which tales? Mountain keepers like me don't often have the opportunity to visit the lowland. Some of the others are even more remote than I, so I used to pass on whatever news of sorts I heard on my trips down from the mountains. Since I heard you were in Tier Canal or some business regarding the strange happening in the village, I figured that sooner or later you'd circle back to check on things. He's smart. Definitely would. Since you solved many problems in your time, I expected that might be just the person to help me deal with my present situation. To that end, I'd like to propose a deal with you. A deal. I'm asking for your help, but I also offer you my aid as well. Think of it as a kind of informal contract, an agreement in which each offer what the others need. A practical example would save me from having to explain it in detail, so let's try this. I will assist you with some matter of your choosing. Oh, I guess that would make sense if he's gonna be Arcana, that we will choose him. If you're satisfied with the results, I would ask that you return the favor and help me. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even think about doing things this way, but it is you I'm asking. I'm sure you hear many such pleas that I want to ensure our agreement isn't manifestly slanted in my favor. Besides, you should know that while I am desperate for your help of any kind, I have my doubts as to whether there is anything I can offer that would truly be of value to you. That's why I figure setting up our deal such that you stand to benefit before anything is even asked is even asked of you would help to balance the scales at least to some extent. So what do you think? Not in agreement. Conducting an investigation would surely go faster with working together than doing it alone. You recall later mentioning that it might be helpful to call on others to aid in the search, so it should be fine. You nod your assent. Accepting Lochnick's proposal. Oh! I thank you for placing your trust in me. I'll do my utmost to ensure you have no cause to regret your decision. Could we perhaps pause for a moment? I feel an onset of headaches. Probably all worrying I've been doing. Lochnick's? Called Lochnick? Lochstitch? Whatever. Lochnick sighs, this time seemingly in relief. Give her a minute, then continue speaking with Lochnick. I pray I didn't keep you waiting too long. Leave it to my nerves to get the better of me. At a time like this, it's the first time I offer such an arrangement to anyone. Given who you are, if you thought to call on me rather than any of the multitude of people, you know, I figure it must either be truly an urgent matter or one involving things that must be kept secret from the general public. No, we just need expertise. It is not that confidential. Tell him the matter is a confidential one and that in fact you're already spoken about it with Duncan. I see, I was worried, but that's a relief to know. So what is it then that brings you to me? I'm looking for a cold flame. A cold flame. It is fine if it just burns cold. Something that burns, but is cold. It would probably be frozen in state. Lochnick closed his eyes, seemingly to organize his thought as he finger taps the thick glass panes of his lantern. The light of the day shines through the lantern glass as it sways gently, giving expression to the rhythm of his thought. After a few moments of contemplation, Lochnick opened his eyes, seemingly to have collected his thought. Honestly, had anyone else approached me with a task like this, I might have told them to try their luck elsewhere. However, I put my trust in you, Ursula, because I know how things that seem at first fantastical have ways of cropping up around you. As this unknown substance you seek is either cold or frozen outright, I say the best place to begin our search would be Sisinach. Actually, I heard that strange deer seems to have headed that way as it escaped, so we should probably be on the lookout, lest we run into any trouble. The last of his words fades into the cold wind as if he were alone and speaking to himself, rather than talking with you. We should begin our search before some fickle wind blankets the ground there, and fresh fallen snow. There is a method I use when I'm searching for something or someone out in the mountains, not in agreement. You no doubt aware that you can learn some things you want to know without having to talk to people or pay information broker, yes? Sometimes all it takes is a little legwork and deductive reasoning. That's just what we be looking for, clues in the environment. I'll keep an eye out for scratches on trees, faint tracks on the snow, and things of that sort, but something a bit more elementary would be looking for anything that may have been left behind by people. I say that reading signs is a good example of this. Those who visit the mountains often feel the need to leave some sort of record behind, especially when they discover something novel or fascinating. For instance, you might feel some moss-covered signboards saying, "Clearest lake I ever seen, straight ahead." What is this, Dark Souls? Big chest, up ahead. Finger, behind. That's so dumb. Or perhaps something like, "No one ever reached this high, eh?" And of course the ever popular "so and so" from Dumbarton was here, scrawled with the date of their monumentous hike. Personally, I think people decide to leave boast or warning is more a reflection on them than anything else, but every so often I glean something useful from reading such resources. That's why, if I happen upon one, I at least take the time to look it over. The process goes exactly as you think. Check out the ones that draws the most attention first. If you don't find anything worthy of note, other signs in the area are likely to be similar. Another thing that is always beneficial to do is to look at the structure or object that seems to be representative of the area. It's not so different from reading signs, really. To leave behind the records of your presence only has a meaning if someone else can see it and know you were there. And of course, if you can pay to give some attention to the place that are considered must-see destination or landmark, even if the area itself sees some travelers, checking out such site can sometimes offer usefulness. I can attest that some leaves traces on their passing in such places because they were too lazy to find the size of piles of stones, whatever previously visitor might have left behind. Though if someone is that lazy, I can help but wonder where they found the initiative to go hiking through the mountain in the first place. Anyways, did you follow all that? What do you think? Makes sense to me. It seems like a sensible enough plan, and Lost Nick has no doubt found many things in these mountains. He smiles at you when you tell him it sounds good to him. Then it seems we're all set. I don't always advise splitting up, but in this case we can cover more ground that way. I'll search the northern reaches of the sides, Snatch, and leave the whatever to you. I think the northmost area may be the difficult to investigate thoroughly with just the method I'll outline to you, which is why I'll focus on my own effort there. Let's meet back here when we're concluded in our search. Oh, and be wary of hungry coyote and icy patches of ground. It's time to begin your search, according to Locksmiths. It's good to read any signs in the area first. Examine the signboards in the southern field of Side Snatch. Alright, let's go read some Dark Soul messages. If there's no message that says great chests ahead or big chest, I'll be disappointed. Or finger, but hoe. Oh. Bro, I can't even read that. Oh. Beware, coyotes, they bite. Ronald. Well, duh. Snowman to entomb and covering the life of great Druid of the old. But Snowman said to be made in the likeness of he and his disciple. Experts say Snowman meant to represent the Druid is different from the rest, but it takes a keen eye to spot it. Royal Ministry of Culture and Tourism. Devcat tip, if your game is running slow, try pressing asterisk on your keyboard to turn off lighting effect, or press the buttons to adjust the field of view. Oh, thank you, Devcat. How's this snowman look different? It looks exactly the same. Are these earrings that constantly appear in snowmen here the results of some spell? I heard this druid was quite prankster in his lifetime. Lachlan. How does it look different? It looks exactly the same. Did you look closely? Did you really? Did you risk your life to catch a glimpse? An ancient druid last will rebuking his disciple for their foolishness. As Loch Ness smiles, you read the sign. Okay. Don't mention a flame yet. You read the rest what's written on the sign. Ancient druid's last will. Nothing new. You should look elsewhere. Where do you look? More signs. You already look at the sign. It doesn't seem as though it's a clue. Pathway. Pathway can come last, since you're headed that way anyways. Snowman. Use the sign placed by the Royal Mystery. Brief explanation of the field of snowman. The boy you saved said he came here to find the earrings. You look around the snowman as Lachlan suggests. You find nothing out in ordinary this time, too. Okay. Now there remains only the path one must take if headed further north. You recall Loch Ness mentioning that it can be worth investigating place, even if they see few travelers coming and going. Briefly shaking the snowman from your shoe, you make your way over to expect a stone platform that links this place to the northern field of Side Snatch. Alright. Is this not the right way? Oh, okay. Slockness suggests you inspect a strange structure. You examine the pathway that leads north as Loch Ness advised. You see the lantern glowing, but it doesn't really seem cold. You look everywhere noteworthy in the area and can confidently say that there aren't any clues here related to the cold flame layer mentioned to you. Return to Loch Ness and share the results of your investigation. Yeah, so it's the same. I feel like we got going deeper. Man, he is tall. Maybe, or maybe he just has a smaller head. Ursula, I'm glad to see you return. Did you find anything of note to the south? So you found nothing. I see, not that I was expecting much though. Not that I doubt your ability, it's just that if a substance as odd as what you're seeking had been discovered, you likely already heard about it. Of it through one source or another. That's why I didn't bother asking if you asked around Tier Canal. If anyone there knew of anything like that, they would have told you already. However, if what you're looking for came into being only recently, it's possible no one has found it or verified it. That's why I figure we should at least investigate the area. As for my own results, I wish I could tell you I found something interesting, but my search of Side's natural northern reach didn't turn up much. I did take the opportunity to take a closer look at those mysterious upright stones there, though. The only thing of note were, of course, a few brown hairs like one from some of the boars. Once I found that, I tried to finish up my search quickly in case the bear was still lurking in the area somehow. In summary, I found nothing useful. There is one thing though. Have you been to the North Side's Natural recently? Say you have not. Then you might have been surprised to find that there's another rather conspicuous pathway there that wasn't there before, leading northwest to the Side Snatch. You may be wondering how and why it came to be, but before you ask, I can tell you that I was the cause of it. To be more specific, it was to do with my broken mobile. Strange as that may sound, I fill you up in the details later. Lockness pat the snatcher of his waist containing the mobile as he was working on when you first met him. Now, to go back to the flame you're searching for, I didn't tell you earlier, but I actually do know of a cold flame. Not that I meant to deceive, of course. After all, I didn't say that I never heard of such a thing, did I? I just avoided giving a direct answer when you asked about it. And because there was one last little doubt in my mind I want to confirm first. That is, I want to see if this unnatural cold we're experiencing is related to you or not. You see, the flame you're looking for sounds like a great ideal, like a flame kindled by Kylek. I could not entirely discount the possibility that Kylek, the master of the Fianna Gabram, what the hell? That attacked both me and the people of the lowlands somehow stole your appearance and in such guise appear before me. I mean, no offense, it's just due conscious. Normal folks like me can't simply rest easy until we verify the truth of things with our own eyes. Just think of it as an extra step taken to ensure our survival. The mountain can be a treacherous place, more so these days than ever. Nod in agreement. Not just a lips cursor to a faint smile at your nod. I mean, it's understandable, they're not like us. I thank you for being so understanding. Before I tell you about this flame, however, there's something I ought to ask you first. Do you know anything about Kylek? Have you heard of her before? Duncan told me about her. Duncan said that Kylek was the deity who sends the winter winds down from the northwest. He also spoke of how she burns firewood that embodies the year that has passed. You tell Loch Ness what you know. Ah, good, you're familiar with the basic. Amongst the Mountain Keeper, Kylek is held to be the master of the Winter Mountain, and the one who presides over the seasons of ice and snow. It's often said that by burning away the time that has passed in her fire, she prepares the way for the year that is to come. Some years she gathers more firewood than she needs, and those are said to be the years when strange wind blows from the mountain down into lowlands. That's probably why the people of Tirka now regards those freezing gusts as the fickle whims of this god of northern winds. I have memories from long ago of hearing parts of the tale sung to me as a lullaby. Those other children has fallen asleep fast asleep. I was the only one still awake. I vaguely remember a warm, strong hand softly patting my back as the song sung. I may be a bit off on the exact melody, but unfortunately I do remember the lyrics. Would you care to hear them? They may contain some hidden secret or useful information we overlook. Nod in agreement. Alright, please keep in mind that it's been many years, so forgive my awkwardness in my presentation. The Winter Queen by her fire sits, and tends the hearth and the cold. The logs she burns are our days long past, the time that hath grown old. Sunrise to sunset, day into night. The light is swiftly dying, and ashen embers flame burns cool, as winter chills abiding. Oh, I thought all will rhyme. Oh, there's more. Her wood upon the hearthstone glow, each curl of smoke ascending. Old times since spent, renew again. We return to flow unending. Autumn to winter, day into night. The winds outside is howling. As flurry flit from northern peaks by faint light, I go wandering. The Winter Queen extends her hand, the storms and snow to rally. She guides each little dony flakes to blanket hills and valley. Mist under moonlight, days into night, a fog with silver lining. Beneath the veil of cloud and snow, these slumbering things are hiding. Now close your eyes and sleep, my dear. Wet not the pillows with your tears. The winter night is long and dark, but I'll be here beside you. Your hand in my hand, night into day, and northern winds are singing. A journey born of winter's grief moves ever towards the spring. And that's how it goes. That's the oak folklore tales of a flame that gives rise to winter. Would be noteworthy on its own, but this lullaby I remember from childhood mentioning a fire that burns cool rather than hot suggests there's more to a mere myth to the story if there's something more to it. It may be just the sort of thing you came looking for. Why not think on it for a bit? I'm keen to avoid unfruitful use of our time, so it would be good to define our next goal before we continue our investigation. As I see, our best bet would be to focus either on Kylak or on a location of particular interest. Logna takes a step back, turning his gaze northward. Think about where you like to focus your investigation. So on a course of action array, that's a promising sign. Young people these days can be indecisive. Give them even a simple choice and they'll spend an hour pondering the merits of each option. I'm glad you seem to be a more resolute sort. Now what do you think we should turn our attention towards? Investigate another place. There are a few places you think might be worth checking out, but just as you're about to rattle off the list of locations you have running in your head. Oh, whoa. Investigate Kylak. Based on what you already learned, Kylak Flame seems like the most promising lead. Huh, that seems weird. Probably because we chose the wrong choice? You tell Lochner that you're interested in finding out more about the mysterious Kylak. In that case, I have a small request to make of you. Before we delve into the unknown, I figure it may be helpful to review what is known. Have you perchance read the book Tier Canal Environment? I'm not sure if I do a great job explaining it myself, but since it's all in there in the book, I don't have to. You get a chance to first picture reading it for yourself. Alright, there's no book selling in Tier Canal, so you have to travel to Dunbarton to get a copy. As a Malaysian, you likely have some way to reach Dunbarton quickly, yes? Go there and inquire with the glasses girl about a copy, then read it through. That should prove a useful introduction. I'll be waiting here for your return, and while you're away, I'll prepare a few questions regarding Kylak to make sure we're both on the same page. You need to bring the book to show me. I know the book has the information better than you commit to memories, and make the knowledge your own. I'll see you when you return then. Damn, do I have to read it? Welcome back, you read the book, right? And let's test- oh my god. While it's still fresh. First question, Tier Canal is bounded by a mountain to the north. What's the name of that mountain? Isn't that Morn's Mountain? Correct. Where are we right now is roughly where Morn's Mountain began. Now on the next question. The water in Aldenia stream flows down from the mountain through a certain ravine. What's the name of the ravine? Isn't it Lune Valley? From what I read, Lune isn't- oh no! I suggest you reading the book. And what you call... Yes, I know, and you seem to remember the book referring to as Gorge. Mourns. Moon High Gorge. Glad to see you absorbed the knowledge from the book so rarely. You could probably work as a guide here in the Moors Mountain if you're so inclined. Summarize what the book tells. Kylak is said to dwell in the Mourns Mountain near the Moon High Gorge. However, even if we accept that as a self-fact, inconsistent begins to emerge. Inconsistency? You remember when the blue deer bolted off? Think about the direction it ran, then consider the direction the Aldenia stream flows. One need even go that far. Quick glance at even basic map will so find that in the marketplace will show you that Moon High Gorge lies to the north of Aldenia stream, which spills into the Extraordinary on the coast. Doesn't that seem a bit far from Side Snatch? If we hold the legends to be true, the deer should have been more active in eastern Uda. However, we consider the location of all the confirmed sightings to seem to have favored the path of the setting sun. I think you may have some idea where I believe we ought to direct our search. Not in agreement. Since Lochner mentions the north and west, you suspect he's talking about the pathway that leads north of Side Snatch. It looks like you'll reach the same conclusion. Good. That'll save me from having to do any more explaining. We'll be searching near a ridge called ShadowPlay Mist that stretches north of Side Snatch and the Morn Mountains. It was once considered a particular labyrinth area of the mountain. Even amongst the mountain keeper, the thick forest there starts to look the same miles and after miles, and traveler often begins to feel like they're just going in circles. I was considered to have the keenest sense of direction, so my superior charged me with looking after Slab Mist and the surrounding areas. Well, no one really considers it a labyrinth these days, so perhaps I'm overselling it, a pity. Lochner mumbles to himself, then turns his attention to you, looking you up and down. This will probably come to surprise, as no surprise, considering its location and elevation. Was it elevation? Elevation? Oh, was it elevation? But like Side Snatch, it's very cold there. Sometimes the slush seems to cling to your boots with every step. Most know Side Snatcher as the only snowy region in Ula, but such icy weather is common at higher elevation. So if I make a suggestion regarding that, mountain weather is nothing to thumb your nose at, Ursulith. If you traps around these slab mist dressed in that kind of fashionable foolery, Malaysian seems to favor. You're more likely catch a severe cold if pneumonia. Might even slip into a eternal hibernation if you catch my meaning. That's why I advise bundling up in something warm. Layering is key to retaining body heat. It's good to be efficient in our search, but safety comes first. I won't guide you through the mountains so I can see you properly dressed for the journey. I've been at this work long enough to know what weather's like there. I know how quickly it can change on you. So I can't in good conscience let you go unprepared. It's only right that I uphold responsibility I've been charged with as mountain keeper, no? That's why I can't make an exception, even for you. Trust me, once we're on the trail, you'll be glad I made you dress properly. Alright, so I gotta wear a robe. I mean, does this count as a robe? Lochner suspects you head and toe. First off, all I ask if you find a decent robe to cloak, not this dazzling Imperial Night Battle Cape. Okay, so he sees it. I'm afraid that won't do much to shield you from the element. Do you plan on befriending the snowman Side Snatcher? Perhaps join their throng? Unfortunately, I have no experience dealing with snowmen, so I'm afraid I can't let you convert about like that while the hypothermia sets in. Son, you know what you need to do, right? Go and find something, please. Do I have any robe? I do not. Damn, I gotta go buy one. I wonder, can I just put it in my main slot and then put my cloak in my fashion slot? Oh. Does he not sell robes? I swore he does, right? It's weird. Oh, they're right here. Oh, wow, you can wear your robe and this cape? Oh, and it still shows up. Oh, that's cool. Lochner suspect you from head to toe, so you've chosen a robe, have you? This should hold you in good stead, keeping your body warm and in and the icy winds out. Excellent choice and one I doubt you regret. With that, we should be ready to head out. I took care of all my preparation while you were getting ready. What kind of preparation? You're not shy about asking questions, I'll give you that. The clothes we Mountaineers wear are special, made specifically with our needs and duties in mind. They look too light for someone who regularly has to hike through wind and snow, right? You may have wondered, how can he possibly keep warm wearing that just this? Since time is crucial when trying to locate lost traveler, and since I frequently have to carry heavy pack, thick and cumbersome garment like robes or heavy cloak present some significant drawback. While warm, they end up restricting my mobility. Beyond that, I do occasionally have to head into the lowlands for supplies, maintenance of my gear and other such need, and walking through towns swathed in thick cloak and bear pelt does not tend to draw unwanted attention. On the other hand, were I to dress too light, I would quickly run into trouble carrying out my daily responsibility, and that presents a problem as well. I've been told this problem goes back to my generation of mountain keepers. Since it was a constant annoyance, they eventually found a unique way to keep warm by borrowing the wisdom of the druids. The story itself is one of those old ancestors passed down orally, so I can't vouch for its accuracy, but the method apparently draws on the same underlying principle as the firebolt spell. The catch is, this enchantment can only be used on clothes lined with certain material. In this case, that material is straw from the sheaf of the year's last harvest. I doubt any such straws was used in making your robes or cloth, so I couldn't imbue them with the magic even if I tried. Without the use of a proper material, the fabric won't hold the fire elemental energy, and clothing will simply burn up. That's why I had to insist you wear a robe, despite knowing there are drawbacks. Know that I'm not asking you to do it only to flaunt my own wisdom. I'll go on ahead to Northern Field Sector before you set out. You should make sure you have everything you need. So I prefer not to delay too long, best to be on our way to Slab Mist before we encounter a bear and have to expend far too much energy trying to escape it. I'll go and keep watch then. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn the lights. Loch Ness was looking down the broad path, glances towards you. Well, that's new. I thought I heard just about every sound snow can make as it crunches underfoot, so I didn't expect something unfamiliar. There's a certain sort of sound that all steps make, of course, but if you listen closely, you can hear the difference between the dauntless pace of predators and conscious gait of the prey. So too are the steps of those lost and worn down with fatigue, different from the confident stride of those who know where they're going. The way a person walks to tell you a lot about them, bold and meek, driven or unhurried. Lost or sure of a way, the mind has a way of showing itself in the feet. But to those who lost their way in Slab Mist, the sound of all footsteps take on the unease of not knowing what else is there. Fortunately, I never got lost, so I don't know what it's like. It's just what people tells me. But if you do happen to wander off the trail and start hearing strange sound out there in the woods, don't be too alarmed. I know the sounds your footfall make now. So if you get lost, you can be sure I'll come and find you. Anyways, this is the trailhead. Aw, Prince Charming over here. Come to my rescue if needs be. Anyways, this is the trailhead. Loch Ness looks back towards the path. I'm not sure where to tell. Oh look, I'm blushing. It's so cute. Tell you I'm responsible for this pathway, or the blue deer is the one to blame. When the Fiat Gatme charged me, the force of its blow threw me into the barrier surrounding Side Snatcha. My best guess is that the aftershock from the incident weakened this part of the barrier, enough that this path is opened up. The loud sound sent the deer bounding off to who knows where, but now there is a trail visible. I suspect we see more people venturing into the mountain. As of right now, the barrier has healed, so you can't get through via normal means. However, a little curiosity makes possible what would seem impossible. As if he can open the way. To find the path and guide others upon them is in fact a core responsibility of every mountain keeper. I'll open the path for us. It doesn't involve anything particular awe-inspiring, like moving a hill or parting rows of trees, so I hope you're not expecting too much. I'll enter first and you follow just behind me, simple enough. Let's be off. Oh, clearly is a separate branching path. How did I never notice this? Oh wow, it's a lot wider than I expected it. This may be rather late in coming, Ursula, but I just remember I never told you exactly what it is I want from you in this deal we made. What I hope to get from you with this investigation, Slab Mists, to figure out a way to seal the breach leading to Glenn Bearna. Glenn Bearna? Loch-Ness glares ahead, his lips pull up against his teeth. Ursula, I think we may need to postpone our investigation for a bit. As soon as we set foot in Slab Mist, I could sense something is off here. The width of the trail, the precision of the trees is subtle, but they're different somehow. Even the texture of the snow beneath my boots feels strange. These mountains are not as I left them. You probably picked up on it too, haven't you? There's no sound at all besides the noise we ourselves make. Not even the stirring of the trees as the wind passes through them. I would prefer not to make any moves when our safety is far from guaranteed. That way I do things favor conscious. The reason I insisted you wear a robe, for example, or my wariness of your early on. When I asked you to search Side Snatcher, all of that was to ensure both of my safety and yours. After all, I'm out here on my own. There's no one to back me up if I get in over my head. You've likely been in such situation many times. Damn, he looks so worried. And right now, I find myself unable to even guess how much the path forward resembles its original form, or whether it would be at all safe to traverse. I cannot even guarantee that. Were an emergency to arise, I'd be able to take an appropriate action. That said, if you still want to proceed, even knowing the risk, I'll fulfill my duty as the keeper of this mountain and serve as your guide. Lord Nax remains silent, waiting expectantly for your decision. What will you do? Press on. You come all this way and there's no telling what could happen if you leave now. You show Loch-Ness that you understand the risks and want to proceed with the investigation. Might I ask why you chose to do that course? To prevent what might happen. You explain that whatever's going on here, you want to be proactive and prevent anything that might otherwise happen as the two of you search the area. Because at least we know if we risk it, it'll be all on us. Instead of it going back on this random ass deer, kidnapping this random ass girl, and then dragging her into the woods. You're referring to things like what happened with that monstrous deer, I presume. Very well. Let me prepare myself for what may lie ahead. A moment if you would. The mountain keeper, standing as solemn as the wintering mountain, eventually raises his head, looking towards you as though he has finally made up his mind. It's difficult to tell how much the Slab Mist has changed simply by observing from this vantage. We have to venture further to see. Given my experience, I ask that you allow me to take the lead here. Beyond that, I would feel personally responsible if you were to be injured in any area I have been tasked with keeping watch over. I'll take the vanguard. As for you, Loch-Ness looks away for a moment, a concerned expression on his face. He sighs quietly, but in silence you can hear it. I'm afraid these conditions are far from optimal for scouting. Ideally, we're able to send and receive signals to keep each other informed for what we might find, but we don't have anything at hand that might serve for that purpose. Even if we did, I question whether such communication would work properly under these circumstances. Well, at the very least, I can count on you to not get lost, right? What say we do it like this? I'll head out and you follow a few minutes behind me. But if you see anything that seems strange or dangerous, turn around and head back down to the trail hill. Nah, bro, if you're in danger, I'm coming to help. I'll make for our destination, and upon reaching it, return the way I came, hopefully to find you somewhere along the way. That way, we shouldn't be able to pass each other without knowing. Ideally, we meet somewhere in the middle. How does that sound? But I don't want to leave him behind. But when I was younger, I used to wander all over these woods as though they were my home, and in a way, they are. I'm not quite as spry as in my boyhood days. I mainly stick to established pathway now. Still, I think I'd be able to respond to any unexpected circumstance more abruptly than someone visiting staff for the first time. But I feel like I kind of want to stay and check if he gets away alright. Because I know I'll be fine. I'm Malaysian. This is my home turf after all. Though I sought out your help, the responsibility for what goes on here still falls onto me. Say you understand. I feel like he's gonna be stubborn about it. Good, now let me run the important points by you once more. Try to refrain from doing anything reckless and be mindful of what I told you before. It's not just for your own safety I ask for this. Things may be safer in this area. What's with the weather having frozen the snow solid, but causing commotion someplace where snowdrifts aren't as ice over could trigger an avalanche. So don't push yourself too hard with this investigation of yours. It feels strange to leave someone behind under these circumstances normally. I'm the one leading others around. Maybe I started to take a shine to you, Ursula. Anyways, I should set out before the days is too far spent. You should probably do the same since it becomes difficult to traverse the mountain once light fades. Just look up at the sky, count to 10 and you should be good to leave. If all goes well, I should make good time. Alright, so he said, look up and count to 10. Feels like it's about time to depart. More slowly and remember to follow Lacknot's advice. I mean, maybe this is overconfident talking, but I should be fine. Oh my god! Oh wow, they hit hard. I was not expecting this. Oh wow. God damn, they're tanky as hell. What is he doing? What are you doing? Man, I wonder how much I would prefer if I was playing any other talent right now. It looks a bit different from the Fiona Grumba you encountered before. Its size seems its behavior seems different. Thinking back, the one you saw before didn't charge at you but fled from you. Turning back as it check whether you were still in pursuit. A brief search turns up no firewood, so at least it doesn't seem like Loch Ness fell victim to this Fion Grom whatever. Although Loch Ness causes you not to overexert yourself, the more aggressive behavior of the Fion Girma is cause for concern. You see no trace of Loch Ness, so he may not even be aware. You should head up a bit further. Oh, I can't summon a pet? Oh no, is this one of those in-game things? Because in Crom Bass, when they made us do it, the pet despawn. Well, you're certainly fast. I'll give you that anyway. Look over here. Over there. As you gaze, follow Loch Ness gesturing, you see a Fiona Grande staring at you. You tell Loch Ness about what happened with the Fiona Grande on the way. It's not so strange. I didn't see anything, not even a single deer tracks in the snow. You fought it? Then I'm glad you didn't sustain any major injuries and that you didn't trigger an avalanche. If something similar should happen again, I urge you to descend the mountain unless the enemy attacks you first. I would not see anyone hurt, especially in the mountain I'm charged with overseeing. That Fiona Grande strikes me as a bit odd though. The way it's behaving is almost as though it means for me to follow it. It only moves when I take a step forward. Otherwise, it remains perfectly still, just standing and staring. Seems like walking into a trap, doesn't it? Still, we do need to learn more about Kylek's flame. So for now, let's follow it without dropping our guard. I don't know, man. They're really tanky. They're strong. I was not expecting that. Oh, is this glitch? I feel like we're supposed to be in the cutscene. There's like nothing here. I guess either that or this is the slowest deer ever in mankind existence. And it despawned. I feel like the camera angle is all messed up for all these cutscenes. Like, I should be seeing something. I'm seeing nothing. What is it I'm supposed to be looking at? There's nothing here. This is like Sega 1 all over again, or the puppetry cutscene, or oh god, G12. The others, man, they really need to go back and do some of these cutscenes or something. I don't know what's wrong. Oh wow, look at all these powerful people. Investigate the entrance to Bearna, whatever. Deep in the mountain where secret lays hidden beneath, you see a gaping breach hanging in midair, as though the fabric of space itself has been rent asunder. Icy energies are being drawn into the rift towards whatever lies beyond. Cracks stretch out from the open center, reminding you of broken glass and spider webs. Look down. Oh, the music's nice too. The breeze that defy classification lies scattered on the ground nearby, as if blown out with great force from within. Everything you see lines up with how Loch Ness described it to you. Judging by the similarities between the fragment littering around and the yawning breach before you, you suspect there's shatter shards from where the cracks first emerge. A deathly chill, sharp enough to shear flesh from bone, emanates from the shard. Probably best not to touch it. Licking them is right out. Oh. It's a joke. As you take in the broader scene, you notice traces of thawed soil here and there, as well as broken stumps, trees sheared off by some unnatural force. Ideally, you wonder if someone might have built campfire here. You can see the tracks of several animals in the patch of soggy earth and half-melted snow. The jumble of footprints comes from many directions, but all appears to point towards the fissure. You finish your survey of perimeters, head back to the Loch Ness to report what you observe. Arr. You whip your head towards the sound of screaming, heart filled with a sense of foreboding. What the hell? Oh, what? Ice covered. You have become wood to be burned. To think that which was lacking has returned. I suppose it must be fate as surely as winter falls and autumns heal. As you look more closely, you see a smoldering piece of firewood in the hand of what appears to be a hooded old woman. Oh, what do we? He just got. What's that? What's? Oh damn! I know the guy from Mortal Kombat that takes your soul. Your soul is mine. Fascinating. It seems an incomplete flame has brought a new firewood in tow. Unfortunately, I cannot use wood of that stock for my winter. New fallen snow is a virtuous light, fit to wash all the world clean. Tis tis. You hoarded much to yourself like a greedy child. Surely it has served to safeguard your life, but even so. You hoarded much. Oh, you will not be able to tread upon my eternal realm, noble and sublime. Haha, truly a pity. Still, winter comes for all, even you. What is this? The Starks from Game of Thrones? Oh, that's so immersion breaking, that random ass car. For a moment, light itself seems to be swallowed up and all around you is sunken into darkness. As the light returns, you look around, but the woman who had stood there a moment before is gone. Go back. There is naught I would give you. A faint voice echoes from the depth of the future as it carries an icy wind, but quickly dies away. A strange piece of firewood, a person fallen conscious, unable to be roused. You are reminded immediately of what befell those children in Tier Canal. It seems you will have to traverse the icy future if you hope to reclaim Loch Ness firewood from the old woman. Make preparation and venture into Glenn Bearna to seek out the firewood. Oh god, it's that Crombass all over again. Considering how that deer was extremely difficult, I'm assuming this is gonna be extremely hard too. But I guess when we go next time. Oh man. Loch Ness is really extremely conscious kind of guy, huh? What the random ass dog? What? At least he's sleeping peacefully, almost like Sleeping Beauty over here. And she said he was incomplete, or are we incomplete? I don't know. I guess we'll see what she's up to next episode. She broke out, and then she wants to, I'm guessing she wants to expand her domain or something? But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Love you guys, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.